Hey folks, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dave Wildheart and welcome to the place where we check out live musical performances. And this week we are checking out another one by Jamey Johnson. Now, a while back, maybe last summer, was it even before last summer? Crikey, time has flown. We checked out a song of his called Lead Me Home, and it was actually performed at this very place, the Live at Farm Aid video from 2018. And what struck me with that song was it was so full of emotion, but also grit. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's Jamey Johnson's thing, right? It's like this marriage of deeply, deeply emotional songwriting with this kind of rough, gritty sound, and in there a beautiful voice. It comes together in this harmonious, amazing thing, which is why he's so popular, why he's so well loved. That was my first experience of Jamey Johnson. I have since then listened to his album that he released last year. It didn't really do much for me, which may have just been, it was November, so my house was full of children's Christmas music. I don't know. It didn't really stay with me, the album, so much, which is a shame. But also, interestingly, it's something that he has talked about before. Anyway, will I get into that? No, not yet. We'll talk about that later, why he might have had such a break in his career from 2012, I think, to 2024. Anyway, let's not waffle too much, guys, because I know it can be infuriating. But Jamey Johnson, In Colour, Live at Farm Aid. I've got the old lyrics up here. I haven't really read through them, so we're going to go through them together, I think, on this lovely Tuesday morning. Let's do it. Oh, should we learn it as well? We'll take a cut there. Alrighty, it's been a while since we had the old guitar out on the show, isn't it? So we are on Capo 3. We'll find out if I can actually learn how these songs go. Capo 3, A minor. Lovely. Hammering on. To C. To G. Okay, what?
I said, Grandpa, what's this picture here? It's all black and white, and it ain't real clear. Is that you there? He said, yeah, I was a-lovin'. And times were tough back in 35. That's me and Uncle Joe trying to survive a cotton farm and a Great Depression.
I like that. Was it that one, right? Was it G, F, kind of F, but not using the bass, the root, and then to C and G? Maybe. Let's go for it.
And a Great Depression. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color.
Okay, that's the hook, huh? Firstly, his sustain on the word color.
Seen it in color.
Beautiful, right? That's the hook. Okay, the idea, the magic behind the song, or the writing of this song, was we've seen photographs and footage of things like, what was this one? The Great Depression. And presumably we're going to see things about war and the likes in black and white. And he's saying, yeah, but you should have been there and seen it in color, which is kind of saying, in reality, it was much, much worse in color. I mean, is he saying that? He's not looking at it as in, and actually in color it was really pretty. No, I don't think he is. I think he's saying that actually it was the reality, experiencing it firsthand. You should have seen that. Man, that's a kind of really cool concept, don't you think? And I do wonder how Jamie got to this concept, got to this idea, because it's really cool and it's unique. And when you combine that with someone who can write songs like he can, then you have clearly a great mix. I love this simple performance as he does. I wonder if there's anything. Did he have a band at Farm Aid in 2018? I don't think he did. I think it's just him with a little acoustic amp. How absolutely fantastic.
This one here was taken overseas in the middle of hell, 1943, in the wintertime. You can almost see my breath. That was my tail gunner, old Johnny McGee. He was a high school teacher from New Orleans. He had my back right through the day we left. If it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color.
So there we have it. That kind of chorus where it's doubled up. This time it's twice as long. He's got some more lyrics in the second half, and he's saying the picture's worth 1,000 words. You can't see what those shades of grey keep covered, and that is kind of confirming the idea that, like, it's much worse than it looks. And I think that line does say it. Yeah, like the grey keeps these things covered, keeps this darkness, these things that happened, these awful things, this death, the Great Depression, people trying to survive, people with like such awful levels of poverty. And then we have in the middle of hell in 1943 in the winter. You know, it's no secret that it was. Well, he's not trying to cover up how awful these things were. He's saying that they were awful and much worse in person at the time. Anywho, what was that? Verse 1, verse 2, verse 3 coming up, folks. Sorry. Coffee went down the wrong way that time, guys, and I really didn't want to ruin Jamie's third verse.
This one is my favorite one. This is me and me, Ma, in the summer sun, all dressed up the day we said our vows. You can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. That rose was red and her eyes were blue, and just look at that smile. I was so proud. That's the story of my life.
Okay.
Right there in black and white. And if
Oh, but isn't that lovely? So after me saying how much this is obviously about, you know, it was much worse at the time, you know, behind the black and white, in color, in person, in reality, it was much, much worse. Then we have verse 3, which obviously it makes complete sense. As a songwriter, he would want to then kind of bring it around in another direction. And he's saying now, yes, he says, even at the beginning of the verse, this one is my favorite one. And it's the day that, I mean, the narrator of the song, who is his grandpa, by the sounds of it. It's the day they got married and said their vows. And you can't tell it here, but it was hot that June. You can't tell it because black and white. You can't really tell the weather. and that Rose was red and her eyes were blue. So actually, behind that black and white, in reality, things were so much more beautiful and pretty. Ah, Jamie. I got major goosebumps. I still have them now, just even thinking about these lines. Also, I think it's a bit chilly in this room. But I'm also going to allow... I think Jamie has given me these goosebumps, folks. And then we had that kind of pre-chorus or bridge, I guess you want to call it. And it's saying, that's the story of my life right there in black and white. Oh, man, I love the way that he brought that background. Yeah. What a top quality songwriter. Like, really, really is. Let's go back a wee bit.
Right there in black and white.
And a great voice.
And if it looks like we were scared to death, like a couple kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color.
So good.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Jamie.
Enjoy Farm Aid.
Okay, that must have been his last song before he moved on. And what a song to finish on. Was this one of his big ones? I'm guessing so. I mean, it's hard for me to tell from that, but that was absolutely stunning. I love the simple, stripped-back performance. It's similar to the other one, where it's just him with this beat-up guitar covered in signatures. I do wonder what signatures he's got on there. Must be some cool names on there. Just not even strumming. Like, just literally, I think he's playing with a pick, though. But just kind of, noodling around the chords and singing over it. And there's not that much reverb on his voice, is there? It's quite a kind of clean, like, reverbless, a little bit of reverb on his voice, but he doesn't even need it. You often hear in these slower songs loads of reverb so that they can really, like, sustain everything, but he doesn't even need it. He can do that, like, magically with his own voice. Absolutely fantastic performance. And the song written by, the narrator is a grandpa saying, Great Depression we lived through, and you only see black and white photos. The war we lived through, you've only seen black and white photos. And the marriage, you've only seen black and white photos. And the first half of the song is kind of saying how actually in reality it was much worse. Or maybe it's not. He's just saying that maybe in reality there was much more to it. Maybe that's it. And yeah, bringing it back around with this kind of last verse saying that, but his marriage was also in black and white. And the beauty behind that all. Quickly, he does mention, though I looked at his discography, and I was wondering, why is there such a big break in between the last albums? Yeah, the last album was 2012, and that was just a tribute album. So 2010, you might even say. And then the next one was 2024. And it says here, in the 2017 interview, Johnson stated that he had been having more difficulty with songwriting after an incident about 7 years prior when he received a concussion due to slipping on ice and hitting his head, which is like shocking and awful that a man who so clearly could write amazing songs, like really great songs, has had an accident which has led him to not be able to write songs so well anymore. That must be for him devastating, for his fans devastating, and for music in general. It's just a sad loss of a great talent. Obviously, he's still with us. He's only 49, and he can still sing and do amazing things on stage. But yeah, I hope he hasn't lost his songwriting for good. I hope it comes back in some way or form. I really enjoyed that version. I mean, I quite like getting the guitar back out, maybe we have to get the guitar out a few more times. Thank you very much for watching, and do let me know, is there any more Jamey Johnson we need to go down? Where do we need to go next for Jamey? Please drop a message in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.